like we were. Carol and I have been married for 50-some years, and we spent most of that time in near Richmond, Virginia. We have two children, a girl and a boy, in-laws, and now we have 4 perfect. We all say that though, and that's a lot. But we have 4 wonderful grandchildren that the farthest one away is 20 minutes, and the other are about 5 minutes. So we've been very blessed in that regard. Since retiring, I still play tennis. I taught for 4 years, and then that's it. So I've been a domestic housewife and a secretary and a mother, room mother, all the stuff that everybody has done. We've had a couple of great trips. I think our favorite, we went to Europe and we went to St. Andrews, and Carol was able to play golf on St. Andrews.
Oh, wow.
And those of you who play golf know that on the 18th hole there's the famous bridge that goes across that all the players. So we had our picture made there, and I thought that was great. Well, he was playing, and I looked around, and I'm standing by myself. And he's already up the fairway going to his ball. Just totally left me behind. But we've lived a wonderful life, and we've had some great times. And it's a pleasure to be back and hook up and see people. You don't look that different. It's a good thing. And I will say one thing. Somebody asked about my red hair. Well, that left a long time.
All right, we have the Godfather and Jewel, and they both can speak because they both were in our class. And I've often said that in my political career, James Carver has been one of my kitchen cabinet. Everything I've done, I have gone to him and asked his advice. And for somebody who was never elected to anything, James Carver was about the best politician in Haywood County. So which one of you is going to speak first?
Go ahead.
As most of you know, I had surgery back in April. I think I'm doing fine. It's good to see y'all. And I can go back to 1958. I graduated in Maxwell Township at 17. I had to wait until I was 18 in order to sign a pro contract in baseball. I played 5 seasons. I come up with the time of Cal Ripken Sr., and my wife used to change Cal Ripken Jr.'s diapers. I said that at a mixed crowd one time, and a lady said I'd change them now. But anyway, I played 5 seasons. I got to shake hands with Mickey Mantle, Yogi Bear, Whitey Ford, Casey Stengel, all of them. And 50 baseball is the best it's ever been. But anyway, when I reached the point that I thought I'd peaked out, I come back home, Jewel and I have been married 57 years. And
Wow. Wonderful.
when I come back, I went to work at Daco. I worked at Daco 33 years. Wow. And was local union president, 24 of them. And on that side of it, I got to shake hands with, what's his name? Oh, Jimmy Hoffman. On one side, I shook hands with the good guys, and on the other side, a man that stood his beliefs. But it's good to see y'all. We live in a wonderful area. I'm proud to know you, and thank you.
Jewel, do you want to add something about your life running a restaurant?
Yeah, We did have Maggie Valley Restaurant, it's in Jim's family, of course. He and his two brothers, and we worked there. I'm not sure how many years, it seems like a long time. I was a pastry chef, and of course Jim was the manager. And we have 2 sons, 6 granddaughters, 3 great-grandsons, and we're very proud of all of them.
Well, now I think I'll get to somebody who just, we found out during our committee meetings that she just didn't do much talking. So I'm going to let her talk today, and she's in the back of the room, and she was Joyce Cody to us. She's Joyce Hale now, so Joyce, just tell us anything you want to tell us.
My first thing is, back in school, was always, I guess, skinny, and we were singing Skinny Minnie, and I was called Skinny Minnie, and broomstick legs, and I said, well, I weighed 98 pounds. I said, I'm going to grow up, my legs won't be skinny anymore, and I won't be called broomstick legs, and so I did. I've gained weight, but as you can see, I've still got the skinny legs. So I graduated, went to Brevard College a year. Marion was there. Was anyone else in here at Brevard? First year at Brevard? Dale was there.
Joyce, can you come up this way a little bit? Some of them can't hear you.
You need to come right in the middle, Joyce. Come right in the middle, because I don't want them to miss anything.
Yeah. Just all over again. So then back then, if you were 20 or more, you were called an old maid. So I got married to Harry Buchanan. He was 2 grades ahead of me, and we had dated in high school. So I had Chuck, Marlene, and Mitzi. I'll put them against any of your kids, and I know you've all got the best, but mine was the best also. They're doing good. The Lord has blessed me and them. I went back to school, and in '73 I went to work for the county. For 4 years I was secretary to the commissioners. Harold Long was the chairman. And then I went to social services and retired from there in '99 with 27 years. When I turned 60, I got out. So, I was working there. We moved in the old hospital, and a Moore girl. She's a black girl, which doesn't have anything to do with it. But I thought, well, people aren't going to call me this anymore. So Skinny Minnie and all that. So we had name tags. We were in the old hospital. We all had our offices. And one day she didn't have anything to do, I guess. I stayed busy, but she decided she was going to give us all a name. So she went down there and she took mine out and put Twiggy on. That's when Twiggy had come in. So I got to be Twiggy then. So I retired. Well, Harry and me split. And then a few years later I married Steve Hale. We were together 8 years. And I've been split from him for 20-some years. I live in a little house in Thickety with got 2 acres. I've got 6 little feral cats. I take care of all of that. I do Meals on Wheels. I've got 6 grandkids, 2 great-grandkids. I was a big family. There were 8 of us, so I've got 8 brothers and sisters, well, 7, and my nieces and nephews. And with all my siblings, so many, we traveled a lot. And it'd be different ones, and I'd get to go and show them all where I'd been. So we did Europe, we did Germany, France, Switzerland. It was Yugoslavia then. We got run out of there. That was when they were having a hard time. We went down into Italy, did Egypt, did the Nile River, cruised down the Nile and Aswan in Egypt and the dam there. Just a lot to see in Egypt. And done all the provinces in Canada, several of them, British Columbia and Alberta. We've got the Canadian Rockies. Have any of you been there to the Canadian, the most beautiful Canadian Rockies? And then all the parks, been in every state in the United States. Some of my sister was in California. She's come back here, but she's in Berkeley. We visited her once a year. My brother's in Florida down in Boynton Beach. Bruce. Some of you might remember Bruce Cody. He's 2 grades under us. And he traveled a lot with me. My brother Bob, my sister Margaret. And most of all, though, you know who got me through all this and back to where I am now is God. He comes first. And my kids, they're, like I say, I couldn't ask for a better life. He's a good God. And if you don't know him, and we're here this time together, we may not even see each other again, but you know, there's a heaven, there's a hell. And I want to see all of them in heaven. I know I'm going.
Ruby, it's your turn. Ruby was at every single meeting. Ruby Birch, because I know her as Ruby Birch.
Done all the traveling that you had, it was nice that I've been with. I have 3 children, 6 grandchildren, and 4 greats. So, and since I retired, I actually don't do too much of anything. I do exactly what I want to do. And if I want to do it, I do it. If I don't, do it. So that's about the extent of my life. And besides working all the years I worked. But thank you.
Thank you, Ruby. All right, let's go to Eunice Burnett. You're here, you're present. Well, would you like to tell us anything about you? You can make it up.
I apologize for not recognizing so many, but we had a wonderful school experience, and my experience after school, I got married to my school sweetheart, and we've been married for many, many years. We have 3 children and 6 grandchildren. 6, right? So, anyway, I appreciate getting to come. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. Now I'm going to go to a lady, we called her Agatha. But it was Agatha, but only it's Laura now. So you can just be anybody you want to.
My nickname is Gay. So a lot of people, when I started working in child care, the first telephone call was, I'd like to speak to Gay. And they said, nobody here got that name. Because I went by Laura, and Laura Agatha is my true name. Yeah, Laura Agatha. I've had a good 60 years. I worked most of them. I started out after high school. I started out working in a drugstore as a pharmacist tech. I really learned a lot at that job and really did enjoy it. And so after that, well, while I was working at the drugstore, I finally had my son. This is Charles. And after he was born, I went back to the drugstore and worked for several more years. And then he got married, and I thought I would retire. Well, one of my cousins come along and asked, I want you to do me a favor. And I said, what is it? She said, I need a few days off. And she was working at a preschool. And she said, I want you to go and work for me. And I said, I know nothing about taking care of children in a preschool. I didn't know what they done, you know. And she said, but I really need some days off, and I won't get it if somebody don't pitch in for me. So I did. Well, I got a call wanted me to come in after a few days after I'd done that. I think I worked at that for about 3 days for this cousin. And then I got a call from another preschool wanting me to come in and talk to them. So I thought, what do they want? So I went in and I talked to them. And she put me to work that day. I thought, well, I'm retired, but she said, we want you to work for us. And so I did, but I had to go to school at that time. And this was after I'd already retired the first time. So I got a degree in early childhood education. And believe it or not, I'm still working there. But I've had some experiences too with travel. I traveled overseas. I got to go to London and Ireland. I kissed the Blarney Stone. And I've been to Canada and then traveled some in the States, but I really prefer staying home mostly, and took a cruise and stopped at a bunch of islands that I wasn't too impressed with. But anyway, I've had a very good life, and I'm so glad to be here today. Thank you.
Let's see, next I'm going to call on somebody who just will talk your ear off. And he has the prettiest wife. Let's hear from Tommy Boyd.
Well, I've farmed all my life, and I'm still not caught on, and that's about it.
All right, where is Frida Brees? Frida and I meet at the Walmart. That's where we have we've met so many times at the Walmart, and we just always stop in the middle of the aisle and talk. It's good to have Frida here, and you tell us what you've been doing.
Well, after I graduated, I went to work at Geico. I worked there for a number of years, and while I was working, I was going to Western part-time. And then I quit to get married, and I moved to San Antonio, Texas. My husband started his internship at Brook Hospital in San Antonio. And so I couldn't get a good paying job, so I studied and took the civil service exam, and I worked in military intelligence in Texas. And so then we were moved to Fort Bragg, and while we were there, he got his orders for Vietnam, and that was a sad day for us. But I moved back to Waynesville. I had a son and a daughter, a 3-year-old and a 3-month-old, and it was a hard time for me. But anyway, my husband was one of the lucky ones. He came back. He was the love of my life. He was the greatest guy I've ever known. 6 years ago, I lost him. It's still very hard. I have 2 children. I have 4 grandchildren. But I think the thing in my life that was the greatest is that I have been able to help people. And so, you know, some of the things that I wanted to do in my life, I was not able to do. But my husband and I was able to help a lot of people that couldn't go to college otherwise. And so I'm so glad that we could change lives. And so I go to Grandview Church. I'm in charge of the Joyful Hearts. And so we get together and we have good fellowship. We have a wonderful pastor. I'm so grateful for the good times in my life and for all the wonderful people that have helped me along the way. But I think the greatest thing that we can ever accomplish is to help somebody in our life. And I hope that I can help many more. So I love all of you.
All right, let's hear from Billy Bruce. Billy Bruce has been involved with a lot of our reunions through the years, and we're glad he's here today. Right back
Mama
here.
told me I better not show out tonight, so I ain't gonna say.
Well, you're going to have to behave, Billy Bruce.
Cheryl. I've lived 79 years and never went to jail a time. I had 30 years of DACO. I've got 24 years military time. I've been teaching people to carry concealed weapons for the last 24 years. So I've carved my own footprints out in this world, so I've never followed anybody else. So I'm glad to see everybody in here. A lot of them has changed, a lot of them haven't. But it's amazing to see this many old people in one place. So that's about all I've got. If any of you wants to conceal a weapon permit, come see me.
All right, Gail, it's your turn now. Gail has been to almost every reunion meeting we had and was such a wonderful resource. You tell us what you want to say, Gail.
It's good to be here. It's good to be alive. Anyway, I've had an exciting life, and it began at the age of 25, and my whole life changed. And I came to know Jesus Christ as my Savior, and it really changed my life. And my life needed changing. When I was in high school, we did a lot of smoking cigarettes secretly and hiding from mom and dad, and we'd try to have a beer so we would feel really risque and all this business. But all that changed. And since then, I've gone on the mission field, but short term, about a month at a time. But I've been to Mongolia 3 times, and that's a country that I love very deeply. I've been to Afghanistan. I've been to China. I've been to Seoul, Korea. And so it's been exciting. And it's a wonderful life. I was married twice and divorced twice, but God was good. And I got to be with the father of my children when he died. And it was a wonderful healing. And so I'm very thankful for that too. I have a boy and a girl. My son is a lawyer and lives at Lake Junaluska, and his office is over Nashville. I have a daughter that lives in Mississippi and 2 gorgeous granddaughters, which I'm sure y'all can share about yours. I'm one of them. I think they're the most beautiful things in the world. But anyway, I've been busy. I teach a lot, and my life has been seasons. Seasons here, seasons there. Happy, a lot of tears, but a lot of joy. And I can tell you that this is one of the best seasons of my life. And I'm so glad to see all of y'all again. You're looking unusually well. Thank you.
All right, let's have somebody else who's changed names since we knew her. We knew her as Carolyn, but for Lodi's many years, she has gone as, she likes to be known as Reba. So let's have Carolyn Arrington.
The way Reba came about is when Ronnie and I got a divorce, and when I worked for the government, they picked my first name, which was Reba.
Where did you go?
The CIA. And so I said, okay, I'm going to start my new life with Reba. So I've been Reba for a long time. This man right here, we met on a blind date in Atlanta after my being single for 17 years. And 2.5 months after we met, he said, would you leave your good job?
Oh
yeah, he was in Fort Lauderdale. Would you leave your good job, leave all your friends, sell or lease your home, and come to Fort Lauderdale, get an apartment, get a job, to see what happened? I said, no.
I said, then marry me.
Anyway, we got married in 1981. We've been married 37 years. I have one son, Stuart, who's mine and Ronnie's son. One good thing about Stuart recently, I think he took after his stepfather here, he joined Masonry. My whole married life has been Masonic. I'm serious. He had 19 Grand Lodge appointments before he ran Virginia Grand Lodge. He was Grand Master of State of Florida in 08 and 9. Before he finished that, the Grand Commander in Washington, he was head of Scottish Rite, called him, and he's been head of Scottish Rite in Florida until December when he retired. It's supposed to be my time now. The trips we've been taking have been to Masonic functions all over the United States. I enjoyed his Scottish Rite years. We did a lot of fundraising for the Scottish Rite speech clinics, and so that has been my life. He had 2 sons, one of which I have grown. Oh, you still? One of which I helped raise. He's married now with 4 kids. We've got one that just got married. Not we. He has one that just got married. My son has a daughter who lives out in California. She's beautiful. So my whole life has been Masonry, even though they wouldn't let me join. But now we're going to travel. We did some traveling. We planned fundraising cruises to the Caribbean. And last year we planned one to Alaska, which every cruise we raised money for the Scottish Rite Foundation. So that's been my life. And now I've got to learn to live with him without all those meetings. But it's fun. Reba's okay. Carolyn's okay too. More Reba than Carolyn.
Let's see, who comes next? Let's have Dale Rogers. She was at Brevard when I was there and when Joyce was there. We had a good time, didn't we?
Yes. Along with one of our classmates, Beverly Holloway, was there. Beverly and I wound the maypole together in our fancy evening gowns. That was a fun memory of Brevard. So I'm so glad to be here. I actually am thrilled to be here. It's really good. I come over to Waynesville a lot. I'll be back in July. There's a lot of Rogers in this area, I think, and we have a reunion here every year, and sometimes we change from place to place, and this year we're going to Pisgah View Ranch. Many of you have been there, and so we've been there before, and we're going back again. Last year we were at Balsam Inn. We had a good crowd, I think 50. This is my little niece from Columbia, Maryland. She flew down to come over here with me, just to give me company. And also, my son and his wife drove Renee and I over. We had a great trip, a lot of laughs. We couldn't wait to get here. And it's so good to see everyone. I was so sad to see this table. And there are some of my dearest friends. And I was just devastated to see we'd lost some of them that I was not aware of. In grammar school, some of them were just at my house all the time. So I'm sad about that, but really happy to be here. I live in Cleveland, Tennessee. I've done a few things. I had a little clothing boutique for a while, and then I had an art gallery for 15 years, and that was fun for me, challenging and rewarding. And at the present time, I'm president of the Cleveland Creative Arts Guild, and I'm really trying to get out of that job. And nobody wants it. I'm worn out so bad. And so, of course, I'm retired, and I have a little home on a 2-acre lot, and I grow veggies in raised beds. And I really am a pro at growing peppers and making pepper jelly. If you ever come to my house, you will leave with a jar. I don't care if you like it or not. So I've got my garden planted this year with tomatoes and spinach and lettuce and my peppers. So it's good to see everyone. God bless you all for being here.
let's hear from Oscar. Oscar, it's your turn to tell whatever tale you want to tell.
Well, after graduation, I went to work at Chapin Papers in Blue Ridge. Was retired there after 42 years. Carolyn and I had four girls. We've got 10 grandchildren and 10 great-grandchildren. And I bought a place out of I couldn't do too much at the lake, so we sold the place. And we came home, and we're just enjoying our grandchildren now. That's it. It's good to see all of you here from 1958.